Hey, this is working on our kiln project, and this is the bracket for the roof. I'll show you that in a minute, but while I'm down here, we've fabricated and weld prepped these 1, 2, 3. I'm just using this aluminum. That's how I'm going to fixture it in place. I'm going to clamp all of that down so when I tack it, hopefully it doesn't move too much. And get it all straight and square and everything. Okay, this is the roof section that's in my garage. It's been stored on the side here for a week because my wife's car is in here and I've been busy. But that thing that I just showed you is going to take the place of this wood prototype. It's while we're out here, this is the back side, the tall side, and this piece fits inside here, and this was made of wood, and now we have fabricated what I think might be a firing solution out of metal. Let's go take a look, give you a side view before I get downstairs. Okay, so this is my version of that wood. It's gonna be out of steel. We've cut a little angle on it here so I can get it up high enough, and we're gonna weld it to some angle because I need to weld both sides, and so there's not gonna be any way to get in there and weld. And I want it to be strong enough. I'm only making it out of 1/8 inch. I want good welds. Well, my welds aren't that good, so I need to weld it up. So I'm gonna weld it. This is gonna be up 1/8. So I'm gonna weld it this side, and we're gonna weld it this side, and then and that's going to be a mirror one right next to it, and then we'll be able to weld all along there to hopefully make it a pretty solid piece. That's the plan. All right, we're going to be welding up the hinge for the roof. So here is our piece, and we have clamped it to a piece of U-channel so it stays this way. We use the make sure it's lined up that way. We measured it. So we're going to give it a shot. And some viewer commented that some of my welds were looking cold, so to move closer or use more voltage. So we'll see what we do. All right, so that looks more flowed than other times. And where are we running? We're running 300, 303, and 19.3. So that looks like it welded better to the top than to the bottom plate. So let's have a look-see. All right, so it does look like it flows better, having more feed wire, more voltage, and keeping the tip closer. I think that was my first one, kind of one I liked the best. That looks like it didn't flow evenly. That looks a mess. That wasn't so bad. Yeah, I guess it's called undercutting. I don't know. That one somewhat flows. Anyways, as long as they're strong enough, I welded both sides, so hopefully. Alright, so this, let's see, down here. This piece is going to get welded to this angle. So I think we got it clamped. We're going to do a weld there. I think a weld on this side, and then this weld, and then There's a bottom weld to do on that side. Well, let's have a look. Definitely that little thing on the side is useless, but it kind of looks like it flowed. And again, this one over here is kind of useless, but I think I'm going to do the other side, maybe touch those out. Okay, we have this piece fixtured onto the plate. We got a clamp with some angle iron to give it alignment this way and this way. Clamped it here, and then the thaw is the weld along that seam there. So we'll see. Alright, so for most of these I just ran a bead, I didn't do a weave pattern. Let's see what we're thinking. I don't know. Okay, we drilled 2 holes on this side. It's going to go against the back wall. And then we're going to screw this into the roof section and then line up over here and then mark it and then drill a through hole and see how it all works. And if it does, then we gotta make another mirror one of these and weld it over here. But that's for tomorrow. We're back at our kiln project. We took off our wood prototype and we put in our metal prototype, and it opens and closes. And the thought was to put another piece on this side so that it won't shift this way. And I was thinking, yeah, I gotta make that more of a, instead of like a 1/4 inch with only a 16-inch clearance, maybe I make it a 1/2 inch. Because I'm gonna make a mirror one of this and put it on this side. That was the plan. But just because I don't like to, you know, if it was just this roof and this wall, but it's not, there's a good chance I'm gonna build a second roof and a second wall, and I'd like them to be interchangeable, like when I do a double long. So my thought now is, why don't I just make it a single one, use a rod for the whole thing, because initially I was just going to use a pin, like yay, but that needs the other piece here. But if I use a long pin, then I could do that. And then on the other end, the metal piece will be here, and I will put it, my wall bracket on the outside, so that the roof section can only go in a little bit. It can't like fall off the edge. And then maybe I will only make a single sided bracket instead of a double. as this one was a double right on both sides. So now I'm just going to do on this side. I think that will give me more flexibility. I don't have to worry about alignment as much. Just get it on the inside somewhere and it should work. Which brings us to, I guess I have to make another one of these pieces for this side. So that's what I'm gonna work on next. And I'm looking to get a brake to do the flashing for the side. I have purchased flashing, but I need to rent a brake because none of my friends have a brake. And since it is not inexpensive, I want to make sure like I have a whole day to do it. So I have to wait till maybe like Thursday. We have grandkids on Wednesday and Friday. Tomorrow I have lunch. So maybe like Friday or Saturday, I would have enough time to rent that for the day and make my bends and see how it works.